A fresh dose of tech news and insight. This is breaking news on Eagle Eyes on Tech. Nintendo sues Palworld. It is Thursday, September 19th, 2024. This is Eagle Eyes on Tech. I'm Eagle Falcon. Yeah, I did not think we were going to have this conversation, like, at all. It seemed pretty reliable that, in fact, whatever any sort of potential the Pokemon Company and Nintendo had to sue Palworld for copyright infringement, that wasn't going to happen. But all of a sudden, now 9 months after the launch, not even the launch, the pre-release of Palworld, because it's not even in a official launch state yet, Nintendo has filed a lawsuit. In their statement, it actually is a very small statement, in fact, Nintendo says that they are filing a patent infringement lawsuit against Pocket Pair Incorporated. Nintendo, in collaboration with the Pokemon Company, filed a patent infringement lawsuit against Pocket Pair Co. Ltd. This is the parent company of Palworld, in the Tokyo District Court on September 18th, 2024. The lawsuit seeks an injunction against the defendant and compensation for damages, alleging the game Palworld, developed and sold by the defendants, infringe on multiple patents. In order to protect the valuable intellectual property that we have built through many years of hard work, we will continue to take the necessary measures against any infringement of our intellectual property, including our brand. Very short statement from Nintendo, and I am very confused. I'm not gonna lie, I am actually very confused, because it's patent infringement. Nobody knows what Nintendo suddenly found that is now suable. It's not for copyright. It's not for the copyright of any sort of Pokemon likeness. Or one theory I, of course, had for a while was that, developers of Palworld said they were very much into generative AI. Maybe the designs of the pals in Palworld were made from AI using Pokemon as training data, but they're not suing in regards to copyright. It's patent infringement. I'm very confused as to what this could be, and hopefully we'll find out. Unfortunately for us over here, we are going to have a very difficult time trying to find out what exactly this is, because most likely it's going to be handled just inside the Tokyo courts. Most likely this isn't going to go to any kind of actual court cases. It's actually going to be solved outside of court. This is going to be settled upon. So the future of Palworld right now is kind of up in the air. So, Nintendo's not a small company. They're not going to go ahead and say, give us $350 and we're going to go away. That's not how they operate. Not even close. This is going to be thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in damages. Money that most likely Palworld does not have anymore, because they got a ton of money during the initial pre-release launch of Palworld, which they have most likely now spent on further development of the product. We'll have to wait and see what is going on here, but it's kind of confusing right now. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. In addition, YouTube, I didn't even realize they had this. YouTube yesterday had their Made on YouTube event. This is apparently a thing that goes on that I don't know how I haven't heard about this until today, where YouTube talks about future updates to YouTube. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some of the things they went ahead and announced kind of have me a little what? So first off, of course, they went ahead and showed off more of their AI, because of course they did. This specifically is the DeepMind VO AI, and this is to generate short videos and mostly intended for creating backgrounds on shorts. We'll have to see how this works. Maybe we'll go ahead and incorporate it into some of our stuff. I don't know. I just fully expect to see more and more shorts garbage generated by AI with an AI voice on top of it, talking about nonsense. That's just what I fully expect to see. We, of course, got more AI generated inspirational tools. I really don't care, to be perfectly honest. This is supposed to be able to help you find inspiration on how to respond to comments, which just don't. Just don't. Just be you, man. Like, why use AI to not be you? I find, like, I get that there's creators out there that want to go ahead and make it big and they're willing to fake it to make it big. I just feel that's disingenuous. I feel if you're going to go ahead and try to make a run at YouTube, be you. Seriously, be you. Because otherwise, you're just, you're just some freaking facade. And that's not what people want. A lot of people just want to actually go ahead and, in their influencer, actually build real trust. And if you're just being fake the whole time, you're just going to get caught. In any case, there's going to be a new communities dashboard that we'll see how it works. Now, for some of the stuff that people actually care about, hype. So everyone can go ahead and generate hype for a video. Each user will be able to do, I think it's like 3, like you can consider these like super thumbs ups. You get like 3 of them. You can go ahead and use these super thumbs ups or hypes to put on a video. And if they get enough, they show up in a special segment of YouTube. And this is intended to go ahead and help small creators. Here's how it's actually going to go down. It's going to be used by bots to go ahead and promote bot content. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. This is going to be awful. I'll just tell you that right now. I have no faith that hype is going to be used in any sort of useful way for small creators. I want to be proven wrong, but I have no faith. Next up is AutoDubbing. This is to actually go ahead and have it automatically translate your audio tracks into different languages. I still will not forget. It's going to take me a while to forget this. This past Sunday, we actually had some people who only speak Japanese pop into our stream, and we were able to go ahead and communicate with them thanks to the Echo Dot. I just went ahead and asked the Dot to translate this one phrase or that one phrase from English to Japanese, and it worked. It worked actually relatively well. I was actually really impressed. The most impressed I've ever been. And it's just, having that just automatically happen in the background for your YouTube videos, I think is fantastic. Of course, it looks like it's just going to go ahead and translate Spanish and Portuguese to French and Italian. So something like English to Japanese is probably a large way away. And that's not too surprising considering the fact that just in the general sentence structure, something from like English to Japanese is wildly different. So it's not surprising that that's, going to take a while. Give me a new community hub, which is good because I hate the current community hub. We'll have to see how well it actually works down the world. And then there's going to be more and more plans down the road to add even more avenues to build a business. This actually brings me to my next point when it comes to YouTube as a business. Okay. Oh, actually, no. But actually, we'll get to this more. I forgot. There's still more. There's still more. There's GIFs. I actually have a problem with GIFs. So what GIFs is the ability to convert real money into emotes and then use the emotes in short live streams. Eventually, it'll probably end up in more stuff. And here's what it is. All right. For the longest time, we had something like this on Twitch. We still have something like this on Twitch. It's called bits. Okay. We have bits. For each bit, it is 1 cent per bit. You end up paying like 40 cents on the dollar to turn real money into bits. That 40 cents is then given to Twitch as profit and also as processing fees. Very simple way how it works. YouTube did something very similar, but made it much more in plain English. They use super chats, where you just attach a dollar amount directly to a chat message, and then it just shows up. TikTok went ahead and decided we're going to go ahead and make it so that all the money you want to try and give creators will be as obfuscated as possible and you instead give gifts in the form of emotes. Then you pay a certain amount for each emote. Gifts powered by jewels is exactly what TikTok does. And it is specifically for during vertical live streams. This is just a sign that YouTube has zero thoughts left in their head, and they're just going to go ahead and copy TikTok. That's all it is. There's no other way to look at this and come to any other conclusion. And I'm not going to lie, it's very, very disappointing. There's just no other way to say it. Next up, they're expanding YouTube shopping. I mean, I gotta look at this, introducing gifts. We're expanding YouTube shopping to give more and more capability of selling products in YouTube. Is there literally any other way for me to look at this other than saying, oh, hey, look, YouTube's trying to become more and more like TikTok? That's really what the long and short of it is. Right now, when it comes to monetization, YouTube is struggling, but I'm fairly certain at this point is profitable. How profitable is hard to say, but I'm fairly certain YouTube is profitable. Twitch is not. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Twitch right now is not profitable. They are trying to figure out how to become profitable, or they're going to be on the business end of the axe by Amazon. TikTok, nobody knows anything about its profitability. I'd have to assume it probably is fairly profitable, but a lot of that also just goes straight to the government because it's clear TikTok is used as a data mining operation for the Chinese government. It's hard to look at and see anything else, but you look at what YouTube's doing and they're trying to get in on that popularity of TikTok. They really do want to be we have TikTok at home. And quite frankly, YouTube will probably never be the TikTok at home unless the US TikTok ban actually does go into place. And then it's just like, oh, hey, look, YouTube has all the features TikTok has, and they're just in to swoop it up. It's hard for me to look at some of these updates and see anything else. But let's actually get to YouTube as a business. All right. Because we're seeing this trend more and more lately where YouTubers are trying to sell more and more stuff as a product. Like those in the tech space we've known for a while. Linus Media Group has been kind of upping their clothing selling game. They've been making products. They have a backpack I kind of want, I'm not gonna lie. They have a screwdriver that looks pretty good. They now have a precision screwdriver that looks pretty good, but I'm still way too comfortable with my current precision screwdriver, so I'm never gonna switch. It's mine forever. Deal with it. It goes on and on and on. All right, there's the honest ones, and then there's some that are just like, wait a minute, this just seems like a blatant cash grab. Prime is one of them. The energy drink by Logan Paul. I actually didn't say energy drink because they have both an energy drink and a Gatorade ripoff that, it's not that great, but ended up being a fad and was very popular. You have also Mr. Beast's Feasable chocolate bars that may or may not be slave labor free. There's actually quite a bit of controversy with some of these YouTuber products because it is just, personalities trying to launch a product and then they kind of just only go halfway in on it. Well, funny enough, Logan Paul, of course, is one of the most controversial YouTubers out there, and he partnered with KSI, who apparently also is controversial. I haven't heard a whole lot about KSI's past. I really should look into that before Sunday's podcast. And then Mr. Beast has not only allegations of faking all of his videos, hiring sex offenders, hiring alleged sex offenders, hiring pedophiles, and now is being sued for gross negligence based on things that have happened during a shoot for Amazon. They're looking for more distractions from all that. Introducing this totally not Lunchables knockoff, Lunchly. I want to talk for a minute about distractions because this very much is a distraction. 100%. Prime is currently being sued multiple times over based on questions on the marketing as well as what they include in there. Mr. Beast is being sued for the way he operates his businesses, and now, you know, they just decide, both of them, to launch a new product, which of course they're going to leverage heavily on their influence over children to go ahead and sell. The biggest thing they're trying to push is the fact that it's made with real cheese. Nothing about how processed the turkey slices are, or what the crackers are made of, or anything else. And of course, you see, first and foremost, the headline items are the Prime and the Feastables chocolate bar. They are freaking leveraging heavily on their brand recognition. They can't even get a scrolling text correctly. As I was talking, I don't know if it's going to come up in the version at all, in the actual video version at all, because I'm going to use a freaking auto cutter to take out all of my silences. But literally after the whole thing kind of just goes away, it just stopped and then jump cut to being done. Even the website is kind of hastily thrown together. They had a live stream going ahead and pitching this out as just like this good, healthier alternatives to Lunchables. I'll just tell you this right now. Look, as a kid, I love Lunchables. They're not good for you. They aren't. It's all highly processed stuff. And here's a spoiler for you here as well. This is all going to be highly processed stuff too. It just is. Though, of course, they all got hammered on this, because I'm not the only one who is smart enough to realize, oh, hey, this is a distraction. This is 100% a distraction from your controversies. What do they attack in response to that? We're just trying to put a better option out there. Did you know that Lunchables is going to be banned because of lead amounts? No, they're not. They faced a Consumer Reports from a while ago that said they had higher than normal. Yeah, you see, you just saw that jump there. It's wild. They had a Consumer Report that said their lead levels in the product were higher than expected, but it's still well below the safe limit. You're talking about an amount of parts per billion. There's lead in everything. There's gonna be a little bit of lead everywhere. The point is to keep it as low as possible. Here's a spoiler for you. I guarantee you there's lead in this. I guarantee you there's lead in this. I guarantee you there's lead in this. Also, if you're going to go ahead and advertise your pizza thing, bro, you got to have more cheese. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 15 little strands of cheese on this like little mini pizza thing here. Come on. Just come on, for crying out loud. I'm not gonna lie, this is just beyond shameless. And quite frankly, this kind of stuff here, this is gonna end up kind of ruining the reputation of honest YouTubers out there. Because in the end, actual YouTubers really wanted to go out there and just make silly videos for fun. That is where most people who go into the YouTube business started off. That is how, in fact, Mr. Beast allegedly got started. There's a question about that now. That's where it all came up. Just make silly videos, make fun content just for fun. Yeah, there's tons of people out there looking at making merch. I'm looking at making merch. But, you know, there's making merch, and then there's knowing your audience are kids, and then making a Lunchables clone that costs twice as much, and then just making up stuff about how good it is for you. And here's a spoiler for you. This is gonna be just as bad for you as regular Lunchables. That's just the reality of it. That's gonna do it for me. Get out there and conquer the day.